Hello, friends. It is a somber day here in Toronto. Uh, Last night, the Jays lost. Nothing we could do to change that. We're hopeful for a minute. We're hopeful. But today, we must keep moving forward. So, one foot in front of the other, I will be heading down to the CN Tower, sharing some of my favorite spots to do, just to explore and kind of show you a little bit more of the city and go back from there. So, down through Eaton Center, probably, maybe around there, and then go and get to what's next, and see where we go. So, welcome to Toronto, and let's go check out Toronto's icon. So this is where we're starting. To give everyone a sense, there is the CN Tower, and some squirrels in the tree. We're gonna go all the way down and go from there. Hello, Timmy. How you doing? Just came off of a photo shoot, which was always nice. So Patrick, who is Austin's dog daddy, brought me over, and we ended up doing a little photo shoot to kind of get some more headshots for me. But then he wanted to do some stuff for himself and gave me like an evil look where I was like wearing a fur, like I was a hunter. That was fun. That was fun. Hello, Jazz. Welcome, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. We're having a good time here. Of course. Ah, shoot. It's close. It was close. I guess it helps if I hit the button. I mean, I could have. Jade. But I didn't. For those who've been to multiple of my streams, you will notice a familiar environment, which is good. Good to hit the landmarks. Good to hit the places you like. But I always enjoy showing off Allen Gardens. It's a beautiful space. It's completely free. You can just go in, walk around. Plants, flowers, flora from all over the world, most of which is not able to be grown in Canada. In Toronto, especially, most of the year. But yeah. JCIMC, welcome. Good to see you again, my friend. Is this park with the big greenhouse? This is. So if you look right over here, there it is. It's Allen Gardens. Opened in 1823, I think. You know, we can walk right over to it, figure out exactly when it was made. Shoot this. Goodness gracious. It does cut an impressive figure in the 1834 was when the Horticulture Society was established. And okay, so it was 1860 when this opened, and then guessing 1909 was when they did the expansion this way. That's a big, impressive, beautiful space. Although back in the day, imagine like not having access to knowing how most plants needed to be cared for in this kind of environment, and having to not only establish this giant greenhouse, but also be able to know everything without having resources, without having access, and still making sure that everything stayed alive because the king is coming and your life depends on it. So, you know, that was definitely a thing that would have happened. Yeah, oh, it's a very nice park. I feel like even in this past week, a lot of the trees that were super, super vibrant before have all kind of shifted into the browns. We're in the brown season now. Ricky would know all about growing weed plants in a car. Fair enough. I'm guessing another Trailer Park Boys reference. Which is the third pillar of our friendship. So the goal for today is I want to make it all the way down to CN Tower, do a lap around Rogers Center the day after, see what's happened, see how people react, and then come back and then go home and maybe sleep again because it's a Sunday. I ain't got nothing else to do. Gonna go home, have some dinner, some food, something. I'll figure it out. What food item? I'm going to guess. If it is up to me, I will make pork stir fry. If it is up to Joel, he will make chicken McNuggets. And I'm not. Or might get fancy and make craft dinner with meatballs. But like, that's kind of where the options end. Trojan Kell Explorer, welcome, my friend. We're walking down, currently on Carlton Street, heading towards Yonge. Plan is to hit Yonge, walk south, go Rogers Center, do a lap, get some nice views of the CN Tower, throw on those Bennis, and then come back. See where we go. Today's going to be unusual for me from the past week. I'm only going to be doing this stream today instead of twice a day. Unless there's something really fun to do later, in which case you will see me again later. One step at a time. I had a bagel from McDee's this morning, very tasty. So much McDonald's the past 2 days. Is it the McDonald moon cycle? The time of year where everyone gets McDonald's? Or is that something that people still get? I am legitimately asking. I don't know if that's something that one... I don't know. Keegan's here. Oh, hello, Keegan. Hope North Bay's doing well up there. I don't know if it's cold up there too. Here, there's a little bit of a chill in the air for sure. But luckily not too much of one. It is hitting the point where I will need to potentially get new gloves soon. Otherwise, I am in for a world of like very cold fingers. It's kind of chilly, but no snow yet. Keep believing, my friend. Keep believing. We will make sure no snow falls. I will say last night I did hit my all-time high of concurrent viewers. So that one guy who was just like, I'm streaming, you're streaming, oh my god. He was just like, how many people you got? It's just like 18. And he was just like, I have 20,000. I'm just like, okay, who are you? He was like, no, you can't steal my viewers. I'm just like, dude, come on. Have you heard the legend of the glove guy? Is this like a no glove, no love situation? Because if so, I have not. I didn't realize for the photo shoot earlier. Like, I did my mustache like extra special today. And then I realized that had like a big glop on one of the sides. So it just kind of drooped down a little bit further than the other ones. But, you know. Glove guy is a Halifax cryptid. Interesting. I'm a huge cryptid fan. I think they are such a fun idea. I know they're not real. Like, unless they are, in which case, awesome. But, one day Nessie will come out. And until then, we will continue to believe that the Loch Ness has a monster. Even if only so that they can get the tourist dollars. Oh, got a squirrel over here. Glove guy is real. My friends meet him a few times. Good to know. See, I'm more a fan of Mothman. Like, give me premonitions of death. He was weird. Okay, good to know. I mean, if you're known for being a cryptid and your name is Glove Guy, I'm going to assume you're not all there. But perhaps 'tis just an unusual assumption. Walking through TMU campus, formerly Ryerson. This was the university that I wanted to go to when I was in high school, and I was not able to get in, meaning that they have terrible taste. But it was, for whatever reason, I remember the TV acting program, or like the theater TV acting program here was like second to none. But then I ended up getting into Canadore in my hometown of North Bay, Ontario instead. And I went and did that one and became part of the inaugural class there. And no regrets. I think that it was a good experience. I mean, when you get to say you were part of the first of something, that's always nice. Someone dressed up as Glove Guy for Halloween this year and posted it on subreddit.
She was like,
good to know. When you say Glove Guy, I still just kind of picture like a Michael Jackson lookalike.
I'm gonna bring somebody. What I'm gonna do?
Remember, I only had one glove there for a couple of years. You're so rich, you think you could afford another glove. You know who hasn't got a jukebox musical yet that I'm kind of surprised at? Is Prince. Michael Jackson just opened his up. There's been Cher, there's been Tina Turner. Madonna hasn't had one either, but like that's, will she ever? Who knows? But Lance Morissette has one. They've all got their own musicals this day. But not Prince. I don't even think there's been talk of a Prince musical. Ooh, a free Bible course. Does that mean it's worthless? Have you adjusted to the time change? Not at all. I didn't even think there was one. But perhaps I'll feel it tonight. I'll definitely feel it tonight. I might already be feeling it. Who knows? All right. So the space in front of us called Roundabout. When I opened up my escape room about 11 years ago, they just opened theirs like right as soon as we were starting up Ryerson campus. Yes, so it now goes by TMU, so Toronto Metropolitan University. But yeah, this is that campus leading up to Yonge, and then we're heading south. But yeah, Roundabout had just opened up, and I mean ours was better, obviously, but they're still nice. It's still a good opportunity. Good place to go, and we cracked their puzzles fairly easily. But yeah, nice to know they're still kicking around, even though we've been gone for 11 years. Not bitter, of course. Just nice to know. All right, we are coming up to the famously infamous Dundas Square. Or now they're really trying to make it St. Kafka Square. They've changed the name on it, but I think it's going to be an uphill battle to get people to actually adopt it. But absolutely one of the busiest intersections in Toronto. Many people say that we are trying to make this our Times Square. I disagree. I don't think anyone needs more Times Square. New York hates Times Square. And I guess we hate Dundas Square. So in that way, we are alike. But oh, here it is. And up there, you'll notice that that's where they've put the Sam the Record Man records, which is awful. They should have had them on street level. It was an important part of Toronto's street, an important part of Yonge Street history, and the fact that it's just been moved out of the way. So they're asking for name suggestions for 2 new ferries to Toronto Islands. I'm hoping for Bodie McBoatboat. Very sad day yesterday when the Blue Jays failed to reach the 1993 Magic. I agree. It was sad. It was very disappointing. But, we can be the bigger people and say congratulations to the Dodgers for stealing our trophy. To be fair, the Blue Jays should have won on Halloween. And everyone would have gone out in costume and celebrated, which would have just been everything and epic. So the fact that that didn't happen was so disappointing. But, did they save the Honest Ed sign? They did. They're actually moving it over to the Ed Mirvish Theater at some point, or maybe not here. Maybe it's the other one. But yeah, it is somewhere. And they are going to be putting that heritage sign up on top of one of their theaters. If not this one, certainly one of the ones down on King Street. So Blue Jays have nothing to be ashamed of, everything to be proud of. Absolutely. At the end of the day, it is just a game. It's a sport. It means a lot to a lot of people. And for a brief moment, everyone in Toronto came together, held their breath, and they fought a good fight. Every game either ends with a win or a loss, and you have to be prepared for either outcome. It doesn't mean that you are worse if your team loses. But I can understand the feeling of disappointment, but I can also understand the feeling and pride in what they accomplished. So, bittersweet. Bittersweet. This, of course, is the Eaton Centre, one of Toronto's largest malls. One of the largest malls in North America, actually. I think it's 5th or 6th on the list. It might not look like too much, but it is an entire city block, down and across. And what makes it so big is that's actually multiple levels. So it's 3 levels of shops, a food court underneath, and then multiple levels of office building on top. So much of that on top is actually additional space that is counted towards the public mall area. So if you ever want a thorough view of Eaton Centre, it can take you a full day, not just a couple. Mind you, you'll be seeing a lot of offices, so it's not super nice or exciting, but you can. Many stories throughout. So when my family comes to eat here, they will normally end up at Milestones, because it's one of the few places that my sister and my mom can eat gluten-free without having to worry about things being gluten-free. They just have a gluten-free menu. Everything's ready for them. So that is the only place in my brain where Milestones lives. So if someone wants to go to Milestones with me, I'll be like, you're not my mom. What is this? West Edmonton Mall, Mall of America in Minnesota, American Dream Mall in New Jersey, the big 3. Absolutely. And then I think it's Square One and then Vaughan Mills. Maybe it's not the top. I might be thinking of a different mall. But I know Eaton Center for sure, I'm pretty sure is in the top 10. But that would make 3 malls in Toronto and surrounding area. Is that right? I don't know. I'm going to have to double check that. I think in terms of just sheer space, when they're counting all of the buildings and all the layers of it, then I think it is. But like, yeah, I definitely think America has more bigger malls than this. So I'm going to need to double check my facts on that one. The shadow of winter falls upon us. No. We do not talk about winter yet. We do not. We cannot. We won't. We shan't. 'Tis not a good idea. 'Tis not fun. 'Tis not light. Winter isn't coming. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It's ooh, fancy car. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are not new to the channel, welcome back. I am Matti. I am Toronto. I guide people through walking tours throughout downtown Toronto and share history, tidbits, facts, stories, anecdotes, and other things that make this experience in the city one of my favorites. So, should you want to book a tour, you can find a link to my tour times in the description. And if you know anyone who's coming to Toronto and would like one, please do recommend me. We appreciate it much. The time of hibernation. I mean, yes, it is very much time for bear to hibernate. But also, I do think Yonge Street is underrated because you get these beautiful old classic brick buildings right up against the modern architecture and spaces that have existed for years. And underneath us is the path, which in winter is just all connected beautifully. You can make it from subway station to subway station without having to leave the shelter of the space, which is nice. We're gonna head here. Trojan Elk Explorer. Excellent. Hi, May. Thought that was your name, but wasn't sure. Fun stream to listen to. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. We like to be here. We like to share. We like to walk. And we like to ensure folks are getting good experience, good pictures of Toronto, and what makes the city so unique and special and different. And also just, I like to think I'm a little silly as well. That helps. No one likes it if you're too smart. But if you're a smart ass, then they're thrilled. This is my theory. Tell me I'm wrong. Any idea when Queen Street will reopen? Well, a lot of it's going to rely on specifically the Ontario line and when they finish building that. And that's not expected to be fully finished, quote unquote, until 2030. But if the Eglinton Crosstown is any indication, I'm going to say we're probably going to expect it to open in about 2050. But one day it shall open, Eglinton Crosstown, and it'll be great. Queen Street, specific areas right now, they're probably going to be going under intense construction for about, I would say, at least another 8 or 9 months. And then they will either, because if they can do all of the work there now, they won't have to do stuff later. So if they can finish it all, like many months, it'll be several months, if not at least a year. But yeah, it's going to be a while. You see that building in front? It actually is designed, the blue one with the long lines. It's actually like shaped like a sail. So one side is curved. So the side towards us is actually curved going up to the top. You can kind of sense that from here. But the first season of Amazing Race Canada, they actually did a climb on the other side, like up the straight side. I'm just like, I don't think this is actually something you can do here. But if it was, that would have been great. But then I think they did like the edge walk at CN Tower directly after that. But, you know, reason I'm coming down this way is to try to snag some images of the Hockey Hall of Fame. Go see Lord Stanley's Cup. Not it exactly, but definitely around it. But all right. Here's my thing. If you're gonna stand in front of me, A, walk faster than me, and B, don't stand in front of me, blow your vape as soon as you start moving, and then slow down. That's just not walk etiquette. Gotta love these super nice older buildings. Downtown Toronto really does have a nice aesthetic. Like, they did a good job on ensuring the older buildings still feel modern, still nice, still fitted. Hello, Boo. Welcome. Turns out I was saying boo words. I thought it was supposed to be a boot there. Okay, crazy, crazy. I was literally when I was at Patrick's with the photo, like for the photographs. For some reason, I heard the song come on. I was just like, "Who sings this?" So I looked up and just like, "Oh, it's Asia." And then as soon as I walk outside, I'm just like, "Oh, nothing's gonna stop us now." By Asia, randomly placed from a skateboard, skating by. Isn't that always? I'm always told that's universal synchronicity. So when things like that happen, you're in the right space at the right time doing the right thing. So if you believe in that, let me know. If it's hogwash, also let me know. Because it probably is, let's be fair. Also, if anyone has any strong preferences for the streets that I shall interact with on my way coming back up, let me know. This is my favorite bad Toronto joke. What is Toronto's national bird? The crane. Please don't stand so close to me. That's the police. Which, fits in multiple ways. Don't stand so close to me. Scooch by the sword here. This is Wellington. To be fair, not a lot to do on this street. Mostly a thoroughfare. Mostly used by cars. There is the Gridiron Building, which is much hated by many people, apparently. I didn't have much issue with it. And then I found out that I knew someone who lived across the street from there, and they're just like, no, it's the worst. It's awful. I'm just like, okay, good to know. If those people are watching the stream right now, please like and subscribe. Oh, way to go, silly car. Welcome to one of the newer developments downtown, Berksey Square. When this opens, we'll get to actually go in and take a closer look at it. But the fact that they have the signage up now indicates it's probably getting ready. So I believe it is connected to the path underneath. So hopefully we can take a nice thorough view into there when it is fully available. And also, if anyone has any specific things you want to see while we were down by the CN Tower or the Rogers Center, let me know. I'm going to stay outside for the walk. I'm not going to take the skywalk over. But if you want to, if you're ever in Toronto and you want to make your way from Union Station to the CN Tower, it is a short jaunt over along, essentially, literally a sky bridge. So that will come through and you're able to essentially walk that glass tube all the way over and see where it stands. Right in here, we are at the Hockey Hall of Fame. Beautiful building. Absolutely stunning. Really well done. Crown jewel of Toronto. It was also the Bank of Montreal before this. But also, Meridian Hall, formerly Hummingbird Center, is apparently playing Toy Story in concert. So that'll be nice. Give everyone a sense of where we are. CN Tower is right here. Built in the 70s. Actually, we might actually get it during the sunset. And this over here is the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm curious to know how many people are going to switch their loyalties from Blue Jays to Maple Leafs because they didn't get enough of losing this time. We have to cheer for our next team to lose as well. So that's the key. I miss the march. Miss the march. Oh, you missed the marché, the market? Would that be St. Lawrence Market by any chance? That is a place I haven't actually gone to and done like a big view of, but perhaps I should soon. Beautiful view. It really is. The CN Tower can be underrated sometimes, but man, is it distinctive. When Brian was visiting, he was just like, oh, I prefer the Calgary Tower. And I was just like, no. That's, no. Getting chilly out. It's definitely cooled down a little bit. Yesterday was chillier for sure. And then once it hits nighttime here, it will get cold. But as of right now, quite moderate, actually. Very temperate. The fact that the sky's clear is a huge plus. But mostly just a nice, easy night. Formerly O'Keefe Center. Okay. That's good to know. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research as to where that was. In front of us, you will see the Fairmont building. This is where the king stays when he stays in Canada. The 7th floor, the entire thing is reserved for him and his family only. So it doesn't get used very often. But there's actually a space outside where they can go full Ava Perón and come out to the balcony and greet the pitiful civilians underneath. But apart from that, beautiful skyline. Like, that's gorgeous. We're gonna walk along. We are currently on front. We're gonna walk down front, and then we're gonna head over. I'm gonna go to a place called The Pint. I'm gonna walk by it. I'm gonna shame them because they didn't hire me a couple of years ago to be their manager, which, to be fair, they should have, but they didn't. But the Movenpick restaurant called The Marsh. Oh, yes, that used to be in the Eaton Center, right? So remember, this is a Sunday after a big game. So the city was out and alive last night. Today, less so, but still super busy around Union Station, as per usual. If you're coming to Toronto, this is the space that you will be going to. And I'm going to show you the easiest way that most people would get to the CN Tower without actually going through the skywalk. But this street will kick you out right along Front Street. If you are here, we're going to walk down Front Street and then we're going to hang a left when we go directly to the Pint. The Pint is a good indicator. If you come here for Fan Expo, that will be another place where you can be seen and go around and do things. Oh, hey, Juanita. Good to have you. Oh, so Meridian Hall, formerly the O'Keefe Center. Okay, so I guess it was the Hummingbird Center in between that then. Because when I was here, that's what they had called it. But also, I think it might have actually had another name as well. But I don't know for sure. Unless I'm thinking of somewhere else. It is possible. I have always liked this sculpture. I think it's just a very interesting and engaging piece. I wonder if I could do a walk where I go to like a dog park and just rate people's dogs just to annoy people. I'll give everyone.
Gets an implant that like saves her.
My dog is perfect. I'll be like, actually, its eyes are slightly close together. So if you are at Union Station and you want to get to the CN Tower without having to leave, there are tunnels, as you can see, that connect directly into these sides over here. You can take them, and essentially one part will take you directly to the Up, which is a train that goes from here to the airport. Very convenient if you're downtown. The other parts will take you all the way over to the CN Tower, Skydome, Rogers Center. Not Rogers Center. Well, yes, there too, but Scotiabank Theater is also connected. It's all a part of right here, but we're going to continue down. Here is York Street, one of the first streets in Toronto, that was made in Toronto. Originally, Toronto was, when it was first established by the English, it was called York. So, that was the name of Toronto before Toronto was Toronto. Is that interesting or fascinating? I don't know. I'll let you decide. This area here is the Metro Toronto Convention Center. You can tell by the part that's jutting out in front. If you're ever going to something like Fan Expo, this is the area where you would normally be going to. If you are going to Fan Expo, keep your eye open for AI art, because there is a lot of it. And apparently, a lot of scammers are going to a lot of different places, claiming that their art is real. And it turns out it isn't, which is just kind of a shame. Got some nice pretty flowers on the sign. All dogs are 10 out of 10. See, I used to think that, but my mom and dad just got a dog, and it could be the worst dog that has ever lived. It is small, it is yappy, it is an angry little dog. At one point, I had to try to restrain it, and it bit me. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't like your dog. Which was never something I thought I would say, but it's something that has not become any less true with age. So Most dogs are 10 out of 10. My parents' dog. My parents' dog is like maybe a 2. Like even offering the dog treats. It didn't want the treats. It just wanted to bark and be mad at me. Just like, no, not a good dog. I mean, I'm not going to hit the dog or anything. But like, why is your dog so loud and mean? I mean, I guess they did make my sister. So, parts of that track. So you can go down to Metro Toronto Convention Center from here. I'm actually going to change my mind. And I'm going to come down here. Then we're going to scoot around, show a little bit of the Steamworks Roundhouse area. We are going to go over to the Woodpecker Park, take a quick look at Ripley's, get a view of the CN Tower, do a lap around Rogers Center, or the Sky Dome, as it is called, as it has been called, as it naturally will forever be. But you can see up there, that is the Skywalk that connects from Union Station all the way over to the CN Tower. Sad about the Jays, but life goes on. It's disappointing, but as you said, life goes on. I would say there's always next year, but like, it never happens twice in a row, unless it's the Blue Jays 1992, 1993. But, the chances of that happening again are sadly fairly obscure. Lovely murals on the other side. I've captured the murals on this side before. All right. So this is what you came for. Over here is Steam Whistle Park. And this area here is the area right outside the Metro Toronto Convention Center. So starting over here, this is the Metro Toronto Convention Center from the south side. And then if we go over, get a nice view of the Ripley's Aquarium of Canada. And if we make our way, you'll see the Rogers Center. And if we go up just a little bit, you'll see the CN Tower. 1,100 feet tall. It was originally built because Toronto needed to have a radio station or a radio tower downtown. And so CN, Canadian National Company, they also run a lot of the trains in the country, funny enough. But they decided that instead of just doing a basic radio tower, let's turn it into a major tourist destination. And they got the approval. And as such, they have made this massive structure that stands as the Toronto icon, until myself, of course. But, and then Rogers Center, formerly Sky Dome. They will call it Sky Dome again. If you are a true Torontonian, you call it a Sky Dome still. Ripley's Aquarium is new. Made in the last, open the last 10 years, I think. Great aquarium. If you're a fan of an aquarium, is they call it the aquarium of Canada. So I'm just like, it can't have that much competition, but still a great space. You can actually get discount deals where you can go see this and then go up the tower, which is nice. But one of these days, I will get back up the tower. But no time soon. Not until I can traumatize at least one of my nephews again. Because last time, I got to traumatize a nephew. I'll let you guess which one. To the left here, they have the Steam Whistle Brewery where you can go do a tour. And the Train Museum. So the Train Museum, I haven't actually been to yet, but I would like to one day. And then over here is the Rec Room, which is like family entertainment arcade center. But one thing I do like about the Ripley's Aquarium is that a lot of the architecture is designed to mimic creatures. So the side here is supposed to be a whale. If you look at it from the top, it looks like a shark, or specifically two sharks circling each other. But well, this is where it happened last night. To our American friends who are visiting us, that's fine. You're still welcome. We're happy to have you, and we're happy that you're not, back home and having to deal with all of that craziness. But in many ways, the Rogers Center is equally imposing. Through this way. All right. This is one of the main courtyard areas. If you are entering the CN Tower, you do it through that building right there. If you're at the Rogers Center, well, you can pretty much go in any of the gates around the building. But Rogers Center obviously has much more capacity than the CN Tower. But at the same time, there you go. Ooh. The places I have to contort my body to get my gimbal to do that is crazy. This is the Ripley's building. If you go in there, that's the entrance. The exit's right there. But this little path between the two buildings, you go up there, and that will connect you directly to the Skywalk. And that is how you can connect back to Union Station without having to worry about going through all of the nature and grossness that is probably happening outside. We're going to do a lap around the Rogers Center. Can't guarantee there will be anything exciting here, but doesn't hurt to try. Doesn't hurt to check. We got some plots. Someone has a setup here specifically for taking photos. I imagine that'll do very well for them. I do like this place over here. They have a very nice little section over here. Very good, man. Thank you. Classic Canadian nature to remind us exactly where he is and what's going on. But, also what was here so long ago. Beautiful, colorful trees. It really is. Toronto actually has a lot more in it than you would expect, especially when it comes to nature downtown. But Edward S. Ted Rogers. Do we care about Rogers Sky? The best is yet to come. I mean, do we like you? I don't know. He's probably just another billionaire who wanted a statue. Here's the thing. If he deliberately goes out of his way to call it the Rogers Center instead of the Rogers Sky Dome, I'm just like, well, now you're just being pedantic. Hi, did you hear the Toronto Blue Jays lost? No. News to me. But hey, it was a good game. They fought hard. We're proud of them. Congratulations to the Dodgers. I hope it makes living in your country easier. That's my thing, is I'm just like, oh, they win and then they have to go back to America. Oof. That's hard in its own way. Not that Toronto or Canada is a paradise, but it's where I'd rather be. I will say, Blue Jays, top 5 favorite Jays. What's your favorite Jay? Drop it in the comments below. I mean, we have Gray Jays, we have Mocking Jays, we have Jesse J, we have Ray J, who is Brandy's brother, I think. I think he hit someone with a car, so he's not in my top 5 Jays. And then I will also accept the letter J, because it's useful, even if it's not the most common, even if it's not most common letter. Hey, as I said, Blue Jays fought hard. They did good. City's proud of them. I still wish they had sealed it Halloween, because that party would have been epic. My God, going out, everyone in costume, would have been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, with the Jays over, what sports are you getting ready for? Because I will say Eurovision is coming up, and I have a month to figure out whether or not I'm excited for that or not. But this area of Toronto is very familiar to me. I used to live along Queen's Quay on the other side. I used to walk my dog here a couple times a week. She was also a bit of a nasty dog, but at least she was my nasty dog. But hey, Vasily, good to see you, buddy. It was good to hang out with you last night. I wish I could have stayed longer, but as soon as my gimbal died, I was just like, well, may as well go home. Toronto Raptors play tonight. Nice. I hope they do well. Came within a hairline of winning title at the plate. Great series. It really was. They did very well. And just like to battle through the longest, the second longest playoff game of all time? Just like, that's crazy. Mind you, last time, I remember, I can still remember a couple of the players who played in the previous series. This year, I didn't get into it early enough, so I don't know any of the players' names. But hey, they crushed it. They did good. Hey, Harshak, good to see you, buddy. All right. Not gonna lie, I'm actually super impressed that the Rogers Center isn't still trashed. I honestly thought there would be garbage everywhere, still drunk people wandering around. Surprising, but a nice surprise. I don't feel like that would have been the same in imagine Los Angeles, probably a little bit more excited. Sorry, I kind of ditched you guys. But I went to the Sky Dome, then my data went, oh no. I was panicking to get home, then the news was broken when I was on the train. Ah. Well, you know what? That's fine. Well, it's still great to have you, my friend. And we'll do it again very soon. There's got to be more events that happen in Toronto, right? I think the big thing that's going to come up soon is the Christmas market. So once that opens up, hopefully get to spend some time there and go see some things that are happening there. We did all we could, though. Let's be honest, Game 6 should have been the last one. I agree. I really think if they had nailed it for Halloween, what a wonderful present for Gay Christmas number 3. But hey, nobody's fault. They did great. We're proud of them. And at the end of the day, we all had a lot of fun. And we hoped. There was that moment where I was watching where I was just like, we could do this. And they almost did. There we are walking. Boop. My personal opinion, but going into game 7 was just a very unfair shot to the Dodgers to actually come back and win. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there was that moment at the beginning where we're just like, can we do it? Are they going to do it? And then they didn't do it. That's okay. Sometimes these things happen. This is the other side of the Rogers Center, as you can tell. A little bit less ostentatious. But a fancy Starbucks, that's always nice. We do enjoy some fancy Starbucks. So from up here, you can see the trains. This is a GO train, so it'll be going probably, if it's going that way, probably to Lakeshore West? Yes. So that'll be going west. So could be going to whatever is west of us. I can never remember. I do want to point out, you'll see that there's these sculptures on top of the building, and they kind of hang over the sides. And there are these giant sculptures that are very cartoony, very bulbous, very much like, they look like old cartoons from like a newspaper. And I remember when I was very young, my father was taking me to come see a game at Skydome. And I looked up and I saw them and I freaked out. I was just like, I have never seen anything so scary in my life. These people, like, this is terrifying. Like, these statues are going to come alive and eat me. Very much that vibe. Have you checked out CIBC Square Park? If you go to Bay and Lakeshore, the CIBC building has a park that stretches over the rail tracks. It's very cool to visit. I haven't gone there yet. Bay and Lakeshore. I mean, technically, I could walk by. No. I'd have to go down further, wouldn't I? Huh. Definitely come back there sometime. But now that I've pointed out the story, but it's like, if you're a kid and you look up and you see that, like, tell me you're not petrified. That's horrifying. My favorite team lost a Game 7 at home after decades of waiting to win one. It stung for a while, but they eventually won 3 titles. Maybe next year the Jays will give you a victory parade to stream. Hey, if they do, that would be fantastic. We'd love that. I'm just going to see if I can get a... Did you see the diamond-looking buildings right ahead of you? It's right there. Oh, it's those ones. See, it's those ones down there. I see. Well, maybe I can hook around and see them. Maybe I can. All right, if it's down there, I can do that. But I just want to, like, show these guys off really quick. So I'm just like, sure, they're charming, they're adorable, they're not at all scary. But to me, they were. These things haunted my dreams. Then I realized, but that one guy is literally pointing directly at me right now. And, yeah. I'm still not unconvinced that they won't eat me. That's an issue me, though. That's not an issue. All right. Well, because of the park, I do love new parks in Toronto, especially downtown parks. Necessary, needed, beautiful, incredible, distinct, unique places to gather. And knowing that this is only like a block or two away, just like, you know what? I think I got time. Let's try it out and see what happens. They come alive on Halloween night, but not this year because of the Jays game. I mean, you are correct. And it's like they are evil creatures. You let me know if I'm hot or cold going towards them, but let's go find where they are. All right. Here you are, Rogers Center. Thank you for your service. Change your name back to the Skydome already. We miss you. And then, of course, the big in themselves. The Tour de Sien. There we go. Ugh. So apparently, it's either 1,117 steps inside the CN Tower that they have to climb, or it's something like that. It's definitely over 1,000 steps, but I don't know if it's over 1,700 or if it's over 1,117. But I do have a couple friends who are doing the climb for essentially CN Tower purposes to essentially go all the way up, and for World Wildlife Fund. So if you can climb all the way to the top, you will essentially be able to say that you did a good deed for charity. Oh, we hit 50, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a good hour, so. You folks remember, like, write your name on a grain of rice? That was a fad for like a minute. They're literally write your name on a little thing of rice, and then charge you like $50 for it, $15 for it. I mean, 50 would be something else, but beautiful coloring happening over here. I forgot about Maple Leaf Square. I think I should be able to go down, go around, hook around the side, and then go from there. But do the edge walk for charity. Scary. No, people have to pay to do the edge walk. You don't do that for charity. Actually, maybe I would. Should we do that? Streamers for charity? We'll do a thing where if we get a certain amount of money, we will donate to. We'll do the edge walk, but we have to donate all the money to whatever proceed we're going for. That'd be fun. I'd like that, actually. It's the only way I would do the edge walk. It's one of those moments where I'm just like even going into the CN Tower, I'm always just like, the glass floor is there. It's been there for years. It's safe. It's secure. But when I step on it, I know I'm going to be the one it breaks for. So that's always the brain dichotomy where you're just like, yeah, I'm not used to this. This is scary. This is scarifying. But in the best way. That'd be cool. I saw Lisa MH do it and looked very scary. It doesn't look fun. I'm just like, I am someone who loves theme park rides and attractions, and just like, that to me looks like one of the worst things that could possibly happen. But I will say, if I do get the chance, I do want to talk to my friend who works for Universal in Florida and be like, if I go back to Orlando and have like a trip, maybe I should just do a stream of Universal Studios and like just walk around and go on rides for people. Oh no, what a shame that would be. Okay. So this is Scotiabank Arena. How do I get to Bay from here? The elevator of terror is fun at Universal. Were you thinking the Tower of Terror at Disney? Because I know that one's at, well, there's one at Hollywood Studios, and apparently there's one at Hollywood Studios as well, but I don't know for sure. I don't think I'd be comfortable going with any sort of device apart from my GoPro on the Edgewalk clipped onto my chest. Yeah, I understand that entirely. That's a nice reflection picture. The window. I have heard about that Smitty. Super cool. I would visit. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Waiting for lights. And here they. There we go. Yeah, good job. I hate drop rides. Can't stand them. Can't do them. So maybe that will be my challenge. If I raise X amount, I will have to go on this ride, and if I raise X amount, I will have to go on this ride. But I'm just like the worst thing that happens is you get sick. Actually, no, the worst thing that happens is you die. But your chances of dying on an amusement park ride is like it's pretty low. I mean, no one's died on an amusement park ride for like at least a month now, maybe, to my knowledge. But you know, that's half the fun. I will say my favorite ride in Universal is absolutely Velocicoaster. And having went to Canada's Wonderland, which I absolutely will do a walk around if I get the chance. Having gone to Universal this year, Velocicoaster is fantastic, but Alpen Fury is actually a more intense roller coaster, which is kind of insane to say. So, yeah, B&M, who made the coaster, absolutely outdid themselves. And just like, this is absolutely petrifying. If you are new here, please drop us a like, subscribe if you can. I am on my goal to monetization, meaning I have to hit 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So I'm well on my way, and if you can help contribute to that, it is appreciated. And we love having the chance to share my wonderful city with you. I really enjoy getting the chance to share all of this with you. So if you are enjoying this, or if you ever want to see me do anything special, let me know. And if you are in Toronto, or if you know of someone who is coming to Toronto, please let them know. I am a on-foot tour guide. I give customized tours around the city based off of what people enjoy. And so I will say, if you happen to be in the city and would like to participate or be a part of the festivities, we would love to have you. So you can find all of those links in the description. So this is Scotiabank Arena. When Fleetwood Mac played here a few years ago, I got to see them live, and it was fantastic. It is also where the Raptors play, so when they won that year, everything out here was blocked off. They called it Jurassic Park, which is, you know, smart. Oh, lights just went on. Alpen Fury has nothing except intensity basically in its radar layout. Premier Rides did well, I must say. It brings a different vibe to the park. It really does. I wish they had taken more capacity into factor, but I also know like they're going hard at the intensity. Like they're going to be going hard at the coasters for the next couple of years. And I, for one, am super jazzed. I think it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be really cool. And yeah, I am psyched. I can't wait. I'm really excited to see what they do next year. Especially because, like, now that they've taken out that terrible Tomb Raider flying ride, and I hear there's rumors they're taking out Top Gun as well, which, you know, good riddance to bad rubbish. Like, they're going for it, man. Apparently they're going to be doing, like, like, an actual good flying coaster. And it's like, if they do that, that's set. That's going to be awesome. Where is this park? I'm guessing I can go through the arena. So let's find out. Tickets to what? Oh, I'm guessing there's probably a game tonight. That would make sense. Also, I'm surprised by the trains Premiere came up with. Surprisingly good compared to the previous trains, compared to B&M. I agree. Like, the trains are actually quite nice and quite good. I don't know where this park is. But you know what? I don't think this is the time to find it. Instead, let's go on a path adventure. But yeah, the rides were the trains were surprisingly comfortable, which was always appreciated. All right, I'm guessing it is a Raptors game tonight. That is my guess. Take the escalators up through the bridge and up the escalators and see. Oh, I know which place you're talking about. Oh, it's this. Yes. Yes, I know exactly where you're talking about. That might actually be a good place to hang it up because I don't know how much. I've been on Yukon Striker one time. The first drop was pretty cool. Oh, it's so cool. Well, that's what I'm saying. Wonderland has really stepped up their game. They are making excellent experiences that rival parks that do this. Like, theming is meh, but I'm just like, it's not a theme park. It's an amusement park. Like Disney and Epic, those are theme parks because high theming. This is like a thrill park now. It's highly amusing amusement park. Yeah, very nice. I'm glad you pointed this out, Basil, because this was actually a place I wanted to come and visit and didn't get the chance to. So I think Six Flags put a high priority on Wonderland as its main Canadian park. It is Canada's Wonderland is the busiest seasonal park in the world. So yeah, it makes them a lot of money. I like the water. That's fine. One of my favorite jokes is a Mitch Hedberg joke, where it's just like an escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. Thank you for the convenience. You know, it's great after a long walk, going up several dozen stairs. If this isn't the best park in the world, Vasily, it's not the best park in the world. I mean, it's not, but it's lovely. Like, look at this. Ba-boom. Can Tower. Walking on escalators always gives me the creeps. I'm worried it will suddenly start moving. Me too. I'm the only one up here. It's a shame the lights aren't on because I'm pretty sure they would be absolutely very, very pretty. What a nice little space in the middle. Also, birch trees. Birch trees aren't normally in Toronto. They're normally more north. So to have them here so lovingly displayed is actually quite pretty. We've got some lavender down, not lavender, wildflowers. What a great space. Thanks for pointing me here, Vasily. I appreciate it. I'm wondering, looking over here, it looks like it actually connects right down to the street, which is perfect. And had I known that, I can actually come back up here next time. You know, smart. That escalator was broken. The escalator going down was still operational. So let's take the stairs down instead, because reasons. It makes sense, I assure you. And there's Union right there. I mean, that side's not so impressive. But that will be future additions to the park, I'm guessing, judging by how much ground and gravel and stuff they're moving around. Yeah, I've heard about this park, but nice view of surrounding city skyline. It really is. Getting some beautiful views. You can really get a sense of like the scale of what Toronto's become. And now everything's just getting a little dark. That's nice. Mr. J. Black, thank you so much. Welcome for coming. Thank you for coming. Good to have you here. Steven, White Birch is one of my top trees. A private park is always a bonus. Yeah, like this place is actually quite nice. And as we'll see, it looks like it's actually fairly easy to get to. But keep in mind, this way is stairs, and certainly not escalators. Oh, romance. This, of course, will connect us into the path, which would then take us all the way north if we want to. But I'm actually feeling a little warm from that. So I'm going to bop home and go from there. Oh. Should be a nice walk. I'm going to go up Bay to about College. Maybe pass by Nathan Phillips Square. That might still have some more debris and wreckage from last night's festivities. So let's go find out. I should have mentioned the elevator you could take up and down. My bad. Oh, I know there's always an elevator. But, like, who wants to see a walk tuber take an elevator? They want us to suffer, my friend. That is what they demand. And if the people demand blood, then, you know, I am here for it. Back in my day, they would call me Bloody Matti. They didn't. No one called me. I have no friends. That's the spirit. Suffer for the art, my friend. Suffer for the art. Or just to suffer. You know, some people like that. It takes all type of people to make a tapestry.
Inside the CNG.
And even the gold building looks nice tonight. That's the building where my dad used to work when he first got a job for the bank many, many years ago. Right ahead of us, you'll see Old City Hall, proudly on display. One of the few places downtown that actually has gargoyles. Is that fact useful in any way, shape, or form? No. But I still think it's interesting to share. I really enjoyed it. All right. I mean, that's just... This is peak Toronto right there. Oh, that's beautiful. Especially with the music in the background. I don't know who's playing it, but just like some of the churches have gargoyles, I believe. I mean, it would make sense, but like I'll have to do some closer looks. But it's one of the ones where I know it's like specifically very pronounced. Ah, come on. I will say one more thing. Do you know what today was? A bad day to wear these new jeans. My inner thighs are feeling very well loved right now. Not as much as last time, but still. Being cuddled. Oh, penitentiary buses. I was trying to figure out what song that guy's music was reminding me of. And I think it's Endless Love by Diana Ross and I want to say Lionel Richie or Luther Vandross. But yeah. Don't think it was that, obviously. But if it was, it's great. Yeah, I'm going to guess it's probably a Raptors game tonight, judging by the people wearing Raptor shirts going towards the arenas. Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. Yeah, got it. I like being a music nerd. It makes me feel good. Oh, guys, it's a beautiful night. All things considered, everything that's happened over the past little while, all the craziness, all the division. Sometimes you just go for a walk, and the air is nice, and you feel good, and it's warm and fuzzy, and makes you believe in humanity again, because you're not interacting with them, and you're just like, I can just be a normal human walking around, and then you interact with people again, just like, never mind, burn it all to the ground. But in that one moment where it's just like, you know what's nice? This. This is that. This is that nice feeling. Let's see who ruins it. Someone will. Someone must. Someone always does. Big thank you to everyone for sticking around because I'm over the 50s, which is great. I'm super flattered that y'all are hanging out with me today. Now I have endless love going through my head, which might actually help with, making you feel lighthearted and loved and lovely and all that stuff. But, don't get it twisted. Not in love with you guys. I'm lying, I am. I fall that easily. I'll be visiting Toronto sometime in the near future. That's wonderful. If you'd like to go for a walk, just let me know. Love to have you. If you want to come on stream, you can. Or if you just like a private tour around the city, also an option. Or just ask for suggestions. Always happy to point out my favorite places that don't break the bank and get to share my experiences that way too. So, there's a whole community of walktubers in the city, most of whom are lovely. I will say, everyone I've encountered in the walktubing community has been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, definitely like pristine, beautiful night Toronto. We've been going for an hour and a half, which is great. All right. And I will go home. I might actually just put up my feet for a while and maybe stretch out my legs. Because yesterday I was using the massage gun and I realized that one part of my, like every time I would come close to even being touched, it was sending searing pain, stabbing through my entire body. And I realized that maybe I should do this more often. What type of Toronto experience would be considered breaking the bank? It entirely depends on budget. For me right now, breaking the bank is literally spending any money at all. So that's a part. But for some people, I will say when you're in Toronto, expect a meal to cost about $30 a person before drinks. And then after drinks, I would say if you're looking to get a drink, I'd say budget $50 a person for lunch and dinner and maybe 30 for breakfast. 50 for breakfast. Toronto is not a cheap city, especially not anymore. A lot of the restaurants, well, here's the thing. When you're here, it's actually often cheaper to go to certain restaurants than it is to order fast food. And if you are here, do not order from any of the app, like any of the app share, like Uber or no Uber Eats, no Skip the Dishes, nor DoorDash. Try to avoid at all costs because it will instantly come out to like 20 to 30% more. I would say it's easier for you just to look up a place that's nearby. There's great places throughout the city, and a lot of which are actually extremely budget friendly if you know where to look. So that's why I'm here. I am here to ensure that people have the best bang for their bucks. Delivery service for food is terrible. Doesn't matter who it's from, where it's from. The bed and double the cost for your meal, all that extra money for nothing. It's truly awful. It is very terrifying. I miss the $9.99 buffets. That's fair. They still have them, but now it's $999. A little bit of exercise to find a restaurant is a good thing for everyone. No, you're not wrong, Carl. But we all know Carl never leaves the pizzas. He goes to one, and then he pounces upon the next, and feasts upon it like a vampire. He unhinges his jaw, and just swallows an entire pizza in one bite, eating the box, because that's where most of the flavor is. So, found a receipt from 2009, 17 wings for $8. Gosh. We live in a very strange time, my friends. We live in a very strange time. Like when people ask me what my career is, and I'm just like, I walk, and I take people with me, one way or the other. I miss the Saturday morning bacon and eggs for breakfast restaurants. There used to be a lot of them, and it was so nice to have breakfast on a Saturday morning. I will say, in Toronto, I know of 3 spaces specifically that have those early morning greasy spoon feel. One is Vesta Diner. You'll find that at Bathurst and DuPont. Prices are reasonable, very good, very tasty, very nice. The second place you're going to find is called Choo Choo Diner. And that's over on Gerrard or College. One of the two. I'm pretty sure it's College. No, maybe it's Gerrard. Either way, one of those two will absolutely, you'll find Choo Choo Diner there, reasonably priced, some of the best eggs Benedict in the city. Very, very good. The third place is called Golden Diner. It is a Ukrainian restaurant on College, just by College and just by College and Church. You go there, very affordable, and just really, really tasty, good meals. So Definitely check them out. I love pizza slices. We love that you do. You know, when you come here, or one day, we should have like, I'll find 5 of the best pizza slices in Toronto, and we will taste test them. And we can see what is the definitive pizza slice in Toronto. So we'll get one from Pizzaiolo. We'll get one from Domino's. We'll get one from, if we can get one from Maker's Pizza, that'd be great too. But that would be like $50 for a single pizza. But yeah, we'll have a pizza taste test. We'll figure out what's the best pizza in Toronto. And the answer is Cosmic Pizza. Hello, Brett. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Saturday morning breakfast places used to be along King Street many, many years ago. Best price I've had so far is the Angus burger from Harvest, $8.99. Fair. I will say, Hunter took me to a Japanese restaurant. And this Japanese restaurant, we ended up having 2 full meals, an assortment of appetizers, and like tea. I don't think we got a soda or a drink or anything. But like altogether, it came out to $33. And I was just like, this is absurdly cheap for the amount of food we got. Because Hunter's not tiny, and I'm not tiny either. And like we both were full by the end of it. Just like, this is fantastic. Square slice place for pizza? I don't know. Acquired apple juice box. Excellent. My dad liked Harvey's. Well, I'm glad someone did. Someone had to. I mean, no one went to Harvey's because it was their first choice. Square slice place for pizza. I'm trying to think if anywhere actually has square pizzas anymore. I can't say for sure. Pizza Nova, great. Pizza Nova's pretty good. Like it's fine enough. Hello? Did that go through? I hope that went through. All the franchises vary by location, though. That's true. It's always disappointing. Man, guys, those kids are sick. I would really love it if, like, that's what Sick Kids was and not just really sad.
For your long-term health sake.
I see YouTube using the wrong names again. Are they? I'm curious to know what the wrong names are. But we'll figure that out eventually. Or not at all. One of those two. Oh, puppy. I will always be disappointed at the UMK puppy disqualification last year. If no one knows the story, which I'm pretty sure no one does, for Eurovision, they have a contest in Finland called UMK, and that's how they choose their representative. And every year, UMK is probably some of the best music that comes out in the Eurovision scene for the year. Like, consistently great songs, high quality, very good. This year, they had a song released by a band called One the Morning After or One Morning Later, something like that. And the song was called Puppy. And it was a metal song that literally just screamed, puppy, 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 puppy. And it was just all about having a dog and how cute it was. And then it turns out that I woke up one day, my friend Dave reaching out and being like, hey, did you hear about the chaos that's happening in Finland? A band was disqualified. And I was just like, oh no, not a band. That is the band that I was listening to and I liked a lot. And yeah, their song was disqualified because apparently their singer was a kid diddler. And it's like, that's, oh no. So now I still have this like awesome, delightful song that I love, that is in my head forever. That It's been Michael Jacksonified, where I'm just like, oh no, now my relationship to this song is complicated. But Sayla thing. We don't hear the street sounds. Okay, that's my channel name. My name is Michelle Gray. First time on your channel. Well, welcome, Michelle. Absolutely lovely to have you. Feel free to let us know where you're coming in from. And sorry you're kind of catching the tail end of this, but yeah, we love to have you. It's a good experience. Lots of walking. We did the CN Tower, and by did the CN Tower, I mean we walked around the CN Tower, but you know that still counts. Rita Ora, most recent favorite artist of late. Rita Ora is someone who has never fully like scratched my brain, but has some really good songs. I always confused her and BB Rexa. I don't know what it is about them, but I found them very similar for a long time. But also, I have been very into, this is going to date me a little because, you know, I don't think any kids are talking about this one. Very into Lily Allen's new album because, I thought it was fascinating that she was dating David Harbour, and having them do a divorce album about that, I'm just like, oh no. I'm just like, I guess stranger things could happen. But I live in Calgary, and a lot of people know in the community. Aw, I love Calgary. I got to go there this summer as a part of the Fringe Festival and presented my show Bodies there. Probably for the last time for the foreseeable future, to be fair. But yeah, really enjoyed getting to do it. But unfortunately had some low attended fringe, but a really good fringe. But I met some great people in Calgary who I still keep in contact with. I made friends with the Kinkanauts, if you know them. And yeah, just really got to enjoy the experience and be there. And yeah, Calgary's great. Hopefully I can make it out there again someday. But Boy George is the same. Some songs are good, but he himself is not okay. I don't know what's happening with Boy George. So that's sad. Especially because he's just such an icon, right? One of the first like major queer voices to break through in pop culture. But you know who was apparently great? George Michael. Apparently George Michael was absolutely fantastic. Rita has albums where all her songs on albums are great. Not just one or two songs. See, that's encouraging. I will give, let me know which album I should listen to tonight, and I shall do that. Because I'm weird. One of the things I like to do is just put an album on and then just listen to it. It's like, what kind of chaos is this? Me and my partner met Henry last July when he was here. Okay. Don't know which Henry that would be, but no, Calgary has lovely, lovely people. Absolutely adored the people I got to spend time with and to meet. And that being said, I think the fault was primarily me bringing my show Bodies there and not my Eurovision show. My Eurovision show would have sold much, much better. But for some reason, I thought doing Bodies in the middle was a good idea. And it turns out it was not. I don't think I'm going to do Bodies again. George Michael was awesome. George Michael was awesome. Screw you, 2016. Took away George Michael. Took away David Bowie. Ugh. God, I love Bowie. He was cool. Like, just seeing... Oh. Dang, I love David Bowie. Toronto Tech Transit. TTT. Oh. Hey, friends. It's been great having you here tonight. Thanks for joining me. It's always nice to get to share little peeks into my city. And every time I do, it's just been lovely. So thank you for being a part of this. And hopefully we'll get to see y'all again very, very soon. I am going to. Prince was also so cool. Prince was also 2016. I forgot about that. Oh, Prince is so cool. Calgary Transit is amazing. Growing the city nicely. See, that's encouraging. Like, that's what we want. We want good transit in good cities. But I'm actually curious to. I actually, yes. And Calgary had that whole free downtown, like, transit stuff. That was great. And then while I was down there, I got to go to the big new library, and that was great. Ozzy was amazing as well. Yeah, Ozzy just died, didn't he? Oh, that one hurt. But sometimes it can't be helped. Too many tangents, so much to talk about. But thank you for joining me, everybody. It's been a wonderful walk. I hope you got to explore and enjoy the CN Tower. If you do have any song recommendations for me, let me know. And hopefully, we shall get to see everybody again very, very soon. So until next time, thank you for joining me, and it's been a pleasure.